Hello again, Dr. Valerie Nelson here. I wanted to do a video about in applied kinesiology and muscle testing, what you can do if somebody's polarity is reversed. So what that means is before you test anybody, they need to be strong in this position. When you place your hand flat on top of their head and you apply decent pressure down, they should be strong. And when you put your hand upside down, they should be weak. If they don't pass that pre-test, then they are not going to be muscle testable. Sometimes you can switch, and if somebody's polarity is blocked, one thing I've noticed is sometimes you can test them in a standing position, and then that will work. So what you would do in a standing position is, Jenna, could you just stand up for a second, please? You have them stand, and their feet placement has to be together, and their toes need to be lined up. So one foot cannot be forward, and the feet need to be completely together. So what you will have the person do is, Jenna, can you place your hand flat on top of your head, and you're going to just grasp their hand as if you're holding their hand, and the other hand will go halfway up the arm. Okay, resist. Okay, and then flip your hand upside down, Jenna, and resist. Okay, so for sometimes the person their polarity will be balanced once they stand up for one reason, but they have to be strong when they resist, and then weak where their shoulder will dip with the next test. Okay, Jenna, sit down. If a person's polarity is blocked, some of the things that I will do is say, well, Jenna's was not blocked today, but I'll show you some of the things we'll do. Jenna, did you have adequate water today?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so that's good. Okay, so sometimes if people are dehydrated, they had a lot of caffeine, so simply just hydrating them, have them drink like 8 ounces of water, and then go back and retest them and see if they rebalanced. Another thing can be if they're really, really mineral depleted, then sometimes you have to have them hold minerals up against their body before you can even test anything else. And in that case, I will use something called Superfood Greens that we have that is actually very high in mineral. I know if you can't see that very good, when I come closer, for some reason my camera is blurry. But it's Superfood Greens. There's 400 in there, and you can find them on Dr. spelled out, drvalerienelson.com. So sometimes if they hold 2 of those just in a little cup, and you can try 4, and then you can try 6. If you go up to 6 or 8 and they're still not testable, then you're probably not barking up the right tree. Another thing you can do is right here, if they have any jewelry on, sometimes I'll have them take metal off their body, because sometimes metal can be blocking that. So if they have keys in their pockets, if they have their cell phone in their pockets, or they have any kind of jewelry on, you can just ask them to take that off. So right here is behind here is your thymus gland. So sometimes if you just go in a very quick motion, circular, clockwise, then that alone will be enough to balance them. Sometimes I will even do a little circle like this and a tap. If you get a person who's open-minded, you can actually have them think of the word rebalance in their head. Now, some people think this whole thing's a little bit strange and weird anyway, so they think that's just one more step of weirdness, but our brain does have so much control over our whole body. So sometimes if you have them just think about rebalancing, then you can get them rebalanced. So sometimes I've noticed if it's the first time I'm muscle testing somebody, they can sometimes switch halfway through the appointment where their polarity's off again. And as you're going through the progressiveness of the appointment, you will kind of understand, well, that doesn't make sense that she's testing that way. So I'll go back and then recheck their polarity. Because sometimes they can just overthink it and it just whacks everything out. So hopefully those tips will be helpful for you for rebalancing someone's polarity. Remember, you can't test them if they don't pass that pre-test in the beginning. Have a blessed day.